Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. Today's video, we have landed on Medivh. In my opinion, one of the strongest characters in the entire game. Why is this so loud? One of the strongest characters that has ever been added into this game, but has had consistently the lowest win rate that you have ever we've ever experienced. No one's stayed at the bottom of win rates quite like Medivh has. It's sad to see. The main reason for that, though, is because his design is so gameplay focused. If people don't use your portals have no value, and it's such a strong tool. If your shields are just a little late, then all of a sudden you're mitigating no damage. And you're not a healer, you're just a damage mitigator. And of course, if you aren't able to stack up Master's Touch, then you're not much of a damage dealer either. So while he does have the potential to be amazing, so many things can go wrong for a Medivh player. As far as changes that has happened in the past year, the only change, and I do mean the only change, is that Raven Familiar, this talent here that gives you Raven Familiars when you use a portal, these only attack heroes. They do not attack minions, monsters, mercenaries, anything like that. So, that's it. I guess we're just gonna play Medivh now.
Let the games begin.
By play Medivh, I mean find another herb in the World of Warcraft. Never mind, my game popped already. I just wanted one more herb! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Tomb of the Spider Queen today. The friendly team Dahaka, Genji, Medivh, Tychus, Jada. The enemy team Nova, Zu'Jin, Zarya, Tyrell, and Tassadar. So I guess there was one change that actually happened in the past year. We have new quick match classifications. So by us being a sustained character, we are forced to fight other sustained characters. So Tassadar is their sustained character. And Zarya's one too, which is kind of why I guess she could just be here. I guess she could just be here. At level 1, we are going to go for a stable portal, which increases the duration of our portals. That's our E ability. And it looks like this. We just put a portal down. You can click on this, travel through, click on it, travel through, click on it, travel through, and just keep hopping back and forth whenever you feel like it. And that is on a 20-second cooldown. We are going to be able to lower that as the game progresses. Our W ability is a shield that we can give to our allies that mitigates damage for 1.5 seconds. That shield is on a very short timer, though. Great Dahaka pool there. 6-second cooldown, 1.5 second duration. So you need to make sure that you're using it at the right times. Our Q ability is Arcane Rift. This is what we deal our damage with. And this is a pretty interesting ability. I don't think we have any others like it in the game right now. How it works is if you hit your target, you are able to deal a lot of damage, and the ability has its cooldown reset to basically nothing. If you do not hit a target, then you have an 8-second cooldown, and you feel like a little bit of a dope because you just used your ability and it didn't do anything. I'm actually a firm believer that Medivh can be a solo laner versus a melee opponent because he's actually able to lane clear very, very well if the enemy player is also hit by your Q ability. By the way, I said your target. You have to hit an enemy hero in order for the ability to proc that cooldown reduction. Oh, we can do this. Don't be afraid. I'll give you a portal out too. All right, he was a little afraid. That's all right though. That was all right though. So pretty interesting way to play the game like that, and we are going to be getting a quest that allows us to increase the damage of our Q ability by quite a lot. Oh, I didn't have my portal. I walked in there expecting the portal. Whoop! Hey, we're fine. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Medivh does not have a mount ability. Instead, what he has is a bird form, and in this bird form, we can cruise around. We can soak XP, we can see things, we move at 140% speed, so faster than traditional, no, I had the core buff, never mind. So 120% speed, so slower than traditional mounts, I take it back. And we are, let's get out of there. And we are able to nullify damage over time effects on us if we get in that form, which never made much sense to me. But we are also able to reveal areas around us with certain talents or expand the area at which we can see with other talents. So it allows us to kind of get a tactical view of the battlefield and decide where we want to engage, because the enemy team cannot attack us while we are in this form. This allows Medivh to adopt certain playstyles versus certain heroes. For instance, like Kerrigan, where the Medivh simply follows Kerrigan around to stop any damage that she's going to deal with Medivh's shield. So he sees the Kerrigan combo coming, he simply shields the person that's getting comboed. And there's nothing that Kerrigan can do about it. You follow Kerrigan around until the end of time. There's no counterplay there, which I think is a little weird. And I do think that's part of the strange non-counter ability that Medivh has in certain circumstances. That portal was for our Jaina player, and as you can see, she decided not to take it both times. So he's in a world of hurt over here if this dingo continues to chase, but it looks like we're going to be just fine here, team. Looks like we're going to be just fine. Let's go ahead and shield our Dahaka, give him a portal over here if he wants it, and he'll be just fine too. And this is how you interact with the battlefield. People can get a benefit from you if they use your portals. Granted, that was a terrible portal as an example, but you see what I'm saying. Or people like Jaina, who didn't use it, can, you can't help them. It is literally, you're extending your hand to help someone, to pull them off of a cliff, and if they don't take that hand, then they fall and die. And that's up to them. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of strange. I'm gonna go ahead and turn in
My destiny.
we do have Master's Touch now, so this is our stacking damage quest that we have. This is a great way to build up your damage on Medivh throughout the course of a game. If you're able to consistently land your Q, and if you're able to do it without dying. That is the really, really important part here. You have to do it without dying. We do shield that Jaina player, hope she makes it out okay. And now we're moving in. Let's help out our Dahaka. If he wants to use this, he can. It looks like they focused me, so he's going to be able to walk away. No problem. We'll get back in bird form. We have a shield ready to go. By the way, I'm self-casting the shield just by hitting Alt and W. Alt is the self-cast modifier, so we're able to shield ourselves very quickly. So whenever we take any damage at all, we can mitigate, or when we see damage coming, we can mitigate that very, very quickly just by holding down Alt and pressing W. Very important for Medivh players to know that, or aspiring Medivh players to know that. The enemy team is moving up to the top here. We do spot Tirisfal. I don't know if he was trying to turn in or trying to deny the turn in. I'm not sure which one I think, but I'm going to try to get mine in right now. Oh, Nova found us. Okay. Guess I'm not going to try to turn in right now. Nova's a very dangerous character to us during this state of the game because we only have 3 stacks of our Master's Touch. I need to play more aggressive to get these stacks, but it's difficult to play aggressive when someone can take away that much health from you so quickly. And I am 100% one of those players that has a really hard time seeing stealth. Like I can see her right here, but that was just lucky. I just happened to look exactly right there. Okay, let's get these butts. I'm going to attempt to help out our Dahaka here. Now, if we do hit 2 players with our Q, we do get 2 stacks, so you are incentivized to use this into as many members of the enemy team as possible. My accuracy with it has not been that great this game, but hey, you know, you have your good games, you have your bad games, that's alright, there's nothing wrong with that. I would love to portal in here and finish off this Nova, so I'm gonna portal in here and finish off this Nova, and then take my portal right back to safety. Looks like Dahaka managed to turn in, I think, the remainder of the butts that we needed for the objective. He has some really good accuracy with his tongues, with his grabs this game. Always a pleasure to see good Dahaka players. I am going to go for... what do we think here? I'm going to go for Polybomb here. And we're picking Polybomb up specifically... whoa, look at that! Specifically to counter characters like the Taz Dingo of the enemy team. The Zu'Jin of the enemy team. I want to make sure that if he's getting low on health, he can't either stay alive if he goes for the Taz Dingo ultimate, or use his guillotine to deal monstrous amounts of damage. So as we see him getting low on health, we can just specifically use this polybomb on him to make his life a little bit more difficult. Let's portal our team out of here quickly. Shield for Dahaka, trying to keep him alive. Wasn't able to do so. Feels really bad, man. And we'll shield our Tychus player as well, because that Tyrael bomb would have slayed him. Our Jaina did stay up a little bit too far and was taken out by Nova, but that's a-okay. The objective didn't get too much value here. The scaling doesn't really click it, really kind of start happening until, what, the 12-minute mark, something like that? Somewhere in that neighborhood. But we do still have a large number of spider butts that we can use to turn in and get that next objective pretty soon. So we haven't dealt a lot of damage as Medivh this time. I'm suffering in that regard just because I haven't been very accurate with my Q ability so far this game. But that's definitely something that we can improve on. It is one of the easiest abilities in the game to self-cast. I'd say the only other ability that's more intuitive. See that polybomb? Making it so he can't use any of his healing. He can't use his Tazdingo. He still hasn't picked his level 10 according to this. Oh, he did pick up Tazdingo. So we're actively stopping him from using that to save his life if we use polybomb at the right time. And what polybomb does, it's a 2-second silence, but it gives a radius off from that silence. And if that radius touches any other enemy player, then the silence will spread. Great Ring of Frost there. Let's get protected to Genji as he does get dove in by the Tyrael. I'll give him a portal down here if he wants to take it. He certainly doesn't have to, but he chose to do so, and he is going to live, protected by the way to our... I got you. That's two protected by the way instead of save Tychus from the Tyrael bomb. Not bad, team. Not bad at all. We're 5 butts away from the next objective, so I'm going to clear this lane and try to get those very quickly. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I am going to pad my numbers really quick. That's what I meant to say. And we are going to go for reduced portal cooldown, just so we can use that a little bit more often. Also, give us a portal in to chase down that Nova if we wanted to do so.
You left me no choice.
All right, we turned it. We're good to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I feel confident in trading with this dingo whenever I want to at this point in the game. We do need to be worried about dying at this point because we are at 18 out of the 30 stacks of our Q that we need. If we could turn in, that would be great. We got plenty of free time to do that. I'm gonna get in bird form. It's just a safer way to travel around. I should be in bird form more often. Let's reveal the area. Who do we got? We got Judgment Tyrael, so I don't want to jump out of my bird form around him if we don't have to. You gonna get the grab? Nice, nice, nice. We'll polybomb her too, so she can't do anything like Expulsion Zone to keep us from killing her, and that should be a pretty easy kill there. We'll nullify that damage, get some easy stacks off of the Nova decoy, and the friendly team will be able to get the objective yet. Ooh, shit. All right, bird form, get the fuck out. Bear back. We're at 21 stacks on our Master's Touch, so we need to make sure we do not die. The objective is pushing all lanes right now. It is the most powerful in the top lane just because it's going to spawn closer because of the positioning of our minions. Let's rejoin our team. Looks like we're a little split, but we have numbers and talent advantage, so I bet we're okay. I bet we'll be fine. Nova Decoy was spotted in the top lane, but she can cast that from quite a long range, so we don't know if Tychus is about to be destroyed, but he is by himself. So I'm going to tell him just to join the team over here, kind of hint at it. We'll even give him a portal out if he wants to take it too. What do you know? There's the Nova doing exactly what I thought she would be doing. Let's give ourselves a shield. We were pushed up a little bit too far. I think we leave, team. Good ice block. Stop the Tyrael Judgment. I tried to shield her right at that moment too. That didn't work. We need to make sure we're not the recipient of the next judgment. So let's just back up. We'll sippy cup really quick. I'll polybomb here. And then back up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Where's Nova? I'm a little afraid. I'm a little afraid. I shielded him. Ah! Look at that! Look at that! Those are the Medivh plays, boys! Those are the fucking Medivh plays! Shit!
Return the gems to me.
Woo! Woo! Damn! Alright. Alright. Oh, let's reveal this area. Let's make sure we're okay. Make sure we're okay. I do want to finish off my quest as soon as possible. We only need 3 more queues. I just need to look for the good opportunity to do that. I did pick up the talent that would reveal stealth early on, and it doesn't seem like it's revealing much stealth, unfortunately. I have yet to catch Nova with it. The other talent at level 4 just increases your view range, which makes it easier to spot where people are at. Makes it easier to see what they're doing. Oh, here we go. This is it. Polybomb in this group. 1 more Q cast and we got it, boys. Done. Now we can die all we want. Time to feed. We did go for reabsorption at level 16, which allows us to heal for a percentage of the damage that we mitigate. Which means if we were to heal our Tychus there like we have been doing throughout the course of the game so far, that could actually heal him up higher to what his health was before he took the damage from the Tirisfal bomb. Tilia really likes focusing our Tychus player. All right, I am going to heal up, and then move back in with our team. Looks like they're doing well. Looks like they're doing really well. We're still looking pretty good on this objective. We have 27 butts right now. The enemy team has still not gotten their very first one. We might be able to finish off this dingo down in the bottom lane if he continues to be isolated right there. I'm going to cruise on down there and see what's going on. Nope, he's not by himself. And we did spot Nova in the middle lane as well. So I'm able to actually just be a sight ward for our friendly team right now and show them exactly what's going on the map. And one thing about Heroes of the Storm, if you are migrating over from other MMOs, or other MOBAs, excuse me. If you are migrating from other MOBAs, I mean, vision is usually so important in other MOBAs, but it's something of a rare commodity here. You don't get a lot of vision in this game. So the fact that Medivh can provide any, I think, is a pretty big deal. We'll get protected, by the way, to our Genji as he is diving forward. We'll do a polybomb on this Zarya here. Protected, by the way, again on Genji. Should allow him to secure that kill, no problem. I was expecting that Tyriel to actually go in on me a little bit there. Luckily, he did not. Gonna reposition out of here before Nova killed us. Portal back here. And we'll sippy cup and re-engage. Why not? You will notice that Medivh's lane clear is pretty awful until level 20 if you decide to go down that route, or if you are actively laning against a melee hero. So you may have noticed that I usually focus on lane clearing a ton with the characters I play, but we haven't even been touching it at all this time, and that's the main reason. It's just because like his Q goes on such a long cooldown that it can be very, very difficult to be effective at lane clearing. Unless you can catch someone else at the same time. 2 people for the enemy team here in the middle lane. Let's just poke at him a little bit. Get back. Alright. Going back up in bird form, we're going to scout this out, make sure they're not turning in here. It looks like they are indeed. Let's do a polybomb, click on my portal, and get out of there. Jaina wasn't able to click on the portal in time. I think Expulsion Zone actually may have canceled that one. Zahaka is moving forward by himself right now. Not a lot of follow-up from the friendly team. We have a protected for our Tychus as Tyriel is running in, and I'm going to try to give him a portal out as well if he wants to take it. You'll notice Tychus did not take the portal. So we can't help him. If he doesn't take the portal, we can't help him. All right, let's just skirt around this fight. Try not to take too much damage. We are taking a lot at the moment, and I'm so very slowed. That was going to be our first death of the game. Tychus is going to be able to grab the small amount of spider butts that we had. It does look like he's re-engaging now, however, so he is going to be taken down. Okay. Well, that's our first team wipe of the game, other than our Dahaka, who managed to escape the clutches of the enemy team. This is likely going to give them enough time to farm the butts that they need and turn those in. But it looks like they're actually choosing to focus on the middle lane right now, getting that keep down. Or fort down. Forts are tier 1. Forts are forgettable. That's how you should remember. Keeps are worth keeping, and forts are forgettable. All right. We're slowly starting to respawn, but I'm a little worried about our positioning here. Starting to like move up a little bit. We're starting to position aggressively before we get alive. Bottom lane's doing a great job of pushing. Actually, a pretty big siege wave there and a pretty big siege wave in the top lane. But of course, that also means free butts for the enemy team to pick up as well. I'm back up. Tychus is spawning right now, and Genji is up in 3 seconds. So we're slowly getting back on our feet, and we should be able to contend with something. Jaina found herself in a little bit of trouble up here, though. Great stasis. I gave her a portal out, and she didn't take it. Feels bad, man. This doesn't mean that I can't poke here, though. I mean, actually, yes, it does. Well, fuck that up, boys. Genji got the kill on Zarya, though. Hey! I 100% thought I had a way out, and then right when I went in, I realized that I did not. That boss won't get too much value, and we actually managed to get a turn-in for ourselves, which I was not expecting to have happen, especially when the enemy team was that far ahead. Normally on this map, you'll see enemy teams coordinate a boss capture in with a butt turn-in right at the same time, but they didn't do that. That is not the best objective for us, but it did buy us a little bit of time to respawn and get together. Of course, it's not going to do much pushing if it doesn't have players to push with it, so that kind of sucks. We are going to... See, I think Glyph of Polybomb is awful. At level 10, you have a 2-second silence here. At level 20, you have a 1-second silence here. But that means it'll spread sooner because it spreads after the duration. And the radius is increased. I just don't think it's that good. I would rather have a guaranteed 2-second silence on someone that we're trying to burst down than a guaranteed 1-second silence on a target we're trying to burst down. So, because this is a lane pushing map, I am going to go for Guardian of Tirisfal, which is going to allow our Q ability to immediately kill a minion wave, which means we can go into overcharged butt farming mode, team. We can get these, turn into a bird, go to another lane. Hey, I'm a bird, by the way. Go fuck yourself with that judgment. Turn into a bird, go into another lane, and get those. And keep the cycle going, keep repeating, keep doing that over and over and over and over and over until we have enough butts to turn in. Speaking of butts, the enemy team did manage to get their turn in the top lane. I'm just scouting this out for the friendly team so they know exactly where they are. Jaina's looking to team fight, though, it looks like. Dahaka farming a camp right now. That does show up on the map, so we do need to be a little careful about that. Let's give Jaina a portal out. He doesn't take it and is once again taken down. I thought I gave her protected, but... Oh, I bet she ice blocked out of it. That keeps happening. I keep going to give Jaina protected, but she ice blocks at the same time, so the cast didn't go off. So her not being able to take that portal was because she literally just took too much damage and died. When I thought I did get the cast off. Ooh, the enemy team getting 3 kills there, and they're looking like they want to shove middle quite hard. This actually could be a dead core for our friendly team if we continue to stagger our deaths like this. Tychus does go down. Genji trying to push these guys back is not going to be able to do that on his own. And if he dies here, then we are in even worse of a position, and it looks like we're dead. Looks like we might be dead. Yep, GG. Staggered our deaths way too much as the game progressed and paid the price for it. I was partially to blame too. Not pushing this off on our friendly team at all. But you saw some examples of why Medivh can be very, very strong in this match. With me giving protected, by the way, to the Tychus several times as Tyrael was going in with that trade of his that would have killed him. And you also see reasons why Medivh has a low win rate in this game, where your allies can only take advantage of what you have when they choose to use it. So trying to give a lot of portals to Jaina there, and she just never quite clicked on them. But that's not to say you shouldn't try Medivh out, but I would recommend playing him with other players that you have on voice comms. Maybe we'll see a rise in his win rate when voice comms are added into the game. Maybe we will. Up next, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't tell you what talents I used today. This is unfortunately the downside to Medivh. In most cases, there's one talent build, and that talent build is as follows. The Stable Portal into Bird's Eye View, Master's Touch. You can pick whichever heroic ability you want. Both of them are very good, and they have their own uses. I went for Polybomb today, trying to counter the Tazdingo of the enemy team. We could have used that significantly more often than we did, though. It's very good. 2-second silence, point-and-click silence, just a strong ability. Strong ability, solid ability. Then we went for Quickening to lower the portal cooldown so we could use it more often. And then Reabsorption is what I went for today, just to try to give some health back to our team. And then at level 20, we did go for Guardian of Tirisfal. Also just noticed that my AC was on this whole time, so there's going to be weird background noise, I'm sure. Sorry if you hear that on YouTube, my bad. I usually turn it off before we start, but forgot. Up next, we do have Medivh in the next video. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. He just got a pretty massive rework, and very different character to play now than what he used to be. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next.